The first thing I'm going to talk about is green slips. Second thing I'm going to talk about is digital driver's license, because that's been in the media recently. And the third thing I'd like to comment on is something personal in my own electorate, that is some racial material that came up over the course of the weekend. I'll have some comments about that. The first thing is in relation to green slips. So most people would have a car in Sydney, and they know that over the years prices have gone up and up and up when it comes to green slips. And when you have a motor vehicle and you pay for your registration fees, then you pay for the compulsory third-party insurance, which is called green slips, and then you pay for your comprehensive insurance, and then you pay for your petrol, and then you pay for your tolls. Is very, very expensive to own a car in Sydney. So what the government did is we've introduced reforms in November last year that were historic because they haven't been done for about 16 to 20 years, which actually resulted in the green slips coming down. Now, I can't remember the last time insurance premiums came down, but in New South Wales, the green slips have come down, and that's good news. So for the average Sydney motorist, the green slips have come down about $150 in Sydney. And if it wasn't for the reforms, the green slips this year on average would be about $710, but now they're around $550 odd. So it's about $157 saving. That's the first thing. As a result of the reforms, though, the reforms came into effect on the 1st of December last year. That means if you paid for your premium in, say, the 1st of July last year, you paid for 1 year in advance. But the reforms kicked in on the 1st of December. That means you've overpaid for half of that year. So what we have to do is make sure that we refunded those people that paid their premiums before the 1st of December, the percentage that they essentially overpaid. So what we've done is we've gone through Service New South Wales, and if you set up a My Service New South Wales account, you can access your premium refunds online and very, very quickly. Like once I established my Service New South Wales account for myself, it took me about 2 minutes to get my refund. You get it within about 5 days, but actually I got mine within 2 days, 2 business days. And the average refund that you'll get in Sydney is around $70, and it really depends upon when you paid your premium. Obviously, if you paid your premium on the 30th of November, you're going to get closer to $120. If you paid your premium earlier last year, well then you're probably only going to get about $10, $20. But the average in Sydney is around $70. Now, the reason I say this to you is because when we look at the demographics right around Sydney, we can see that in the northwest area, there are a lot of people that have actually claimed their refunds already. But in the east coast area, around Vaucluse, Mossman, not many people have claimed refunds. There's another part of Sydney that haven't also really utilised these refunds, and that's in the southwest Sydney. And we put that down to the fact that maybe we haven't communicated with our multicultural community as much as we should. So what we've done is we've broken down for you the areas where there is a high Chinese population, high Australian Chinese population, around the Parramatta's Eastwood, Chatswood, Strathfield, Hurstville, Kingsford, and you can see that there on your run sheet. And that's where the amount of people that are unclaimed are still to get their refund. So I'm asking you, being the multicultural media, to please go out to your community and let them know, hey, there's some money in there, or potential money to claim, and it's really simple to claim. So that's green slips. Now, I'm happy to take questions in relation to how we managed to get a reduction in the value of the premium, because as I said, every other insurance product you see, insurance premiums always go up, but our government's been smart, we've worked hard, and we've worked out how to actually bring them down and yet maintain protections. So if you want to ask me questions about that later on, I'll have you explain. So that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to show you is the digital driver's license. Thank you. Thanks very much. Now I'm showing you this because I've been to China about 4 or 5 times. And yeah, thank you. And China, perfect. Okay. Let's get rid of that. No, dude. And China is one of the most technologically advanced places on the planet. I'm just surprised. Like I was in Estonia last year, and they're pretty amazing when it comes to digital transformation. Actually, I'll show you something else. But when it comes to China, they're just phenomenal. So I think your audience would particularly like this. This is, now if you look up close, that's a digital driver's license. Rolling this out. Now I know that your audience will like this because your audience is on WeChat. Everybody's on WeChat. I'm on WeChat. Everyone's on WeChat. You can buy goods and services on WeChat. You can do everything on WeChat. So whereas technology would be scary for a lot of people, I think for our, and if you, when I'm moving this around, you can see the hologram on that as well. Now, what we're doing is we're Australian Chinese. They'll take this. They'll love this because they're used to it. So that's why I'm showing this to you. We will be the first state in Australia that's going to roll this out. So again, it shows that New South Wales is leading the way when it comes to technology. New South Wales is leading the way when it comes to innovation, and leading the way when it comes to providing our citizens with a good service. Now, this is not meant to replace the plastic card yet. This is going to be an opt-in service. So if you want it, you can just go to the My Service New South Wales account and download it. And that means, like now, I can now have my MasterCard on this, and I can use my phone to make transactions, like people do with their WeChat, make their phone use transactions. In the same way, if you want to leave your plastic card at home, you can. You can now have it on this. As long as you've got your phone and you've got your digital driver's license, well then the police can use this in the future. Now we're going to roll this out progressively. We've already done a trial in Dubbo, and the Dubbo trial went really well. 83% gave it a thumbs up, so good adoption rate. But I'm almost certain that if we show this to people in Eastwood, in Hurstville, in Strathfield, because they are so used to WeChat, they will actually adopt this even more. So that's why, again, if you can show this to your readers, to your viewers, to your listeners, this would be great. I'm sure they'll love it. And we'll announce shortly how this is going to roll out across the state, but again, we'll be the first in the country to do it. The good thing about a digital driver's license is you cannot lose it. Like, you can lose your wallet, you can lose your plastic driver's license. If you go fishing, you drop your wallet, the license floats away. But if you drop your mobile phone or you broke your mobile phone, your digital driver's license is still up there. You just go and get a new phone, you drag it down again. So this is far more secure, far safer than a plastic card. And in fact, with this type of technology, same way with your MasterCard or your bank card, if somebody uses your bank card, if somebody steals your identity and then uses your credit card, then you can put an alert so that somebody will send you a message saying, hey, you've just spent $2,000. The same could apply to this. So if somebody is using your driver's license, and so because they hacked into it, then you will get an alert on your email or your phone saying, hey, just to let you know, somebody has used your driver's license. Was that you? And then you can immediately say, no, that wasn't me. But if somebody stole you or you lost your plastic card, you wouldn't have a clue. So in many ways, this is far, far safer and secure than a plastic card. And that's why, again, we're rolling it out. And I'm proud to say we're the first in Australia to do it. We're also going to have proof of age cards as well. And you can see how that refreshes all the time. And you can also see, with this stuff, you can see the Waratah in the top corner goes in and out. So it's constantly changing. And again, this is using the same encryption technology that the banks use. So when you're transferring thousands and thousands of dollars, it's the same type of technology. So it's very, very
simple. Third thing is, there was a report in the
report in the Telegraph today about some anti-Asian material that was published and disseminated in my local area, in top right in particular. People that know me in the community know what my position is on racism. I will always fight against racism, always, always, always fight against it. When I was a kid, I was teased for being Italian. When I remember my mum telling me stories that she was picked on at school because she had an Italian accent. I hate racism and I will always fight against it. Make no mistake about it. What was disseminated over the weekend was just ugly. And I'm grateful that the authorities are going to go and clean it up and hopefully bring the persons to account. Now, what the people that disseminated the material today don't realise is that whether you're Chinese Australian, whether you're Korean Australian, whether you're Indian Australian, whether you're Italian Australian, whether you're Irish Australian, whether you're Indigenous Australian, the common denominator is that we are all Australians. And we share common beliefs and values. And one of those values is courage. It's not cowardice. And whoever disseminated that material and they did not put their face or their name on that material shows cowardice. They are simply cowards. And community leaders like me will always stand up to cowards, particularly when they are seeking to harm our community. So I have a message for those people. Look deep inside yourself and try and find that better angel that exists inside of you and use your energy for messages of good, not bad. Use your energy for messages that bring us together, not divide us. Because we are stronger, far, far, far stronger as a nation because of the diversity that we have. And I am so proud. In fact, I am grateful for our Asian Australians that have made such an enormous and will continue to make such an enormous contribution to who we are as Australia. So that's my message for those people out there.